By the way, a few things. Might as well show these if I can. I'm not sure. Can I? Let me check. Maybe. Maybe I can. Give me a minute. Okay, so two things I updated. Jesus, hold on. Shut up, game. Two things I updated my audio stuff, so all my new music is on here. Bunch of new things there. Then I uploaded this one, which is very good. But I mentioned that before. And I put up Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So, Karen, if you want to finish this monstrous thing, you probably want to download that. It's like 16 gigs, so that's gonna take a while. Other than that, I also put up some more movies for movie night. Specifically, we have Saving Private Ryan coming up, then Turbo Kids, Twilight New Moon, The IT Crowd, and Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney scheduled. So make sure to download those ahead of time and not miss out on it. If you do, I'm gonna be mad. And you don't want that. Alright, video games. I woke to find myself in the forest. A moment later, I saw what looked like Miss Faye being chased by a strange ropes group. I was able to get Miss Faye's aid just in the nick of time. This strange forest also be a part of Labyrinthia. Seem to have lost their pursuers for the moment. We must not squander this chance. Let us make haste, Miss Faye. Let us mumble and screw up all the lines. Yay! Good night, Gingy. You missed me playing Rune Factory, you dunce. If these pots have been used in some sort of ceremony, there is no mistake, these are certainly very old. I bet you're just dying to check out these relics, huh, Professor? Check out the branches on that tree. Kinda reminds me of a stadium dome, minus the stadium. Indeed, it will appear this arrangement of branches is natural, simply remarkable. So many curtains. In reality, this tree is really two trees grown together. Its twisted structure is simply fascinating. That's the trunk. No, wait. That's the branch? A root? This tree's a jerk. Let's go. Thoughts? Excuse me. We wanted to ask you a question real quick. What exactly do you do in this forest? You live to serve the mistress and carry out her orders. Tasks. The mistress speaks, we obey. Tasks? Is that like your job? Yes, my task is to assist all newly initiated shades. Assist in newly initiate. That must have something to do with what the Great Witch said earlier. Anyone lost in these woods is to be made a member of the Shade family. Although my task is made much more difficult when they run away. Why do they always run away? But we will not chase after you again. It's the mistress's order. I see, so you do everything the Great Witch commands? Hey, I bet you guys are always fighting over the good tasks, huh? Want to get stuck doing the Great Witch's laundry. Seriously though, you guys were really close to turning me into shade earlier. I'm seriously glad the professor came along when he did. Actually, fuck. Be right back. I need to get something from my throat. People in their robes are shades, dude. What they've been talking about all the time. You think this is where the shades live? It looks kind of like a village. It would appear so. They seem to lead a very simple lifestyle. But they look so magical and fantastical. I figured they'd live somewhere way more, well, magical and fantastical. Nuts. Now that you mention it, they don't appear capable of using magic, do they? I guess if they did, they'd only end up back at the witch trials. Remember, that may be the law within Labyrinthia, but the Great Witch rules this forest. It is doubtful that such a law would exist here. Oh, that's true. You think we should tell them just to let loose? I bet they have some really flashy spells. Let us focus our efforts on looking around this village first. There appears to be a path leading out on the other side too. Yeah. Let's check out stuff, I guess. So, how's the task going? Working hard? Huh? Oh, the task? Well, duh, of course we are. Speaking of which, what's your task? My task is to prepare food for everyone. I'm actually trying to come up with the menu for today. I wouldn't exactly call my cooking appetizing or edible, but I must do what our mistress commands. Remind us not to stop by for dinner. Just say something. Me? No, not a thing. Hey, good luck. Try not to blow up the kitchen. This seems suboptimal. All I can do is carry out my tasks the best I can, and hope that one day I may be allowed to return to the town. Return? What do you mean? Not too sure myself. It is something I was told when I arrived. The Great Witch keeps a record of all the tasks we successfully complete. Then, when our accomplishments outnumber our failures, she will consider returning us to the town. That is what I believe, and that is why I continue to toil away at my tasks. So, does this mean these guys aren't witches? From the sound of this voice, it would seem this particular shade is male. However, according to what you told me earlier, all witches here are female. So then, who exactly are these? Damn, who are you? Aye, how very direct. A shade is a shade, nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, that wasn't really helpful. Perhaps you can tell us what your particular task is. That I cannot tell you. Most shades' tasks are closely guarded secrets. They didn't cure Layton. He was never ill in the first place. The moment he was attacked by the witch, he fell unconscious and then woke up in this forest here. And Maya pretty much the same thing after she fell down the thing. Professor, I'm happy to report that the Shades have mastered well-making technology. Indeed, this well reminds me of the features of Labyrinthia. Perhaps they share the same sorts. They've built the house up on a tree. How inventive. They must have used a series of ladders to reach the top. I knew you were smart, Professor. You do not want to hear Nick's thoughts on ladders, trust me. There you go, that's the ladder joke. What should I put on today's menu? Looks like he's still struggling with what to put on the menu. Compared to the houses found in Labyrinthia, the Shades' dwellings appear much more primitive. Primitive? It doesn't look like they have indoor plumbing, Professor. That's worse than primitive. I'm terrible at my tasks. The worst. I'm even more terrible at following orders. This guy sounds like me. One small misstep and it'll be my fault. We have a serious situation on our hands. Feels sick just thinking about it. A serious situation? What kind of task do you have exactly? Can't say. The only thing I can say is that I'm terrible at it. Why are you so nervous anyway? It's because she's watching. Always watching. She sits up there in her mansion and just keeps on watching. Mansion? You mean the Great Witch lives nearby? On the other side of the river. It's quite far, but you can see our every move. So it's across the river then. Professor, we're sure to run into her again there. Where she lives, after all. This course of action may be to try and make our way there. There's still many questions to be answered. Yeah, well, we finally get to... and then we'll finally see if she's the real deal or not, right? That's right, Miss Faye. Let's make our way across the river. Fascinating. I would like nothing more than to examine that shrine, but I'm afraid we must hurry on. Wonder who built that thing. You think it was the Shade's great-great-great-grandparents? Whoa! Check out the beautiful scenery, Professor. This is quite an open space, isn't it? Looking across the river, the Great Witch's mansion is slightly visible. Yeah, you can just about make the roof, make out the roof from here. Hey, do you think that wall behind it could be Labyrinth's outer wall? That is quite possible. Which would mean these Eldritch Woods must be located directly outside Labyrinthia. Huh? But isn't that kind of strange? People in Labyrinthia said that nothing exists outside of the town, didn't they? Yes, quite. I too have heard that the townsfolk make such assertions. In fact, the very gate we used to enter Labyrinthia disappeared as soon as we passed it. I believe there must be some kind of a trick behind it. It looks like we've quite a lot to discuss with little Miss Great Witch, don't we? That we do. Let's continue, Miss Faye. Time for a puzzle. Oh no, the bridge is out. It's been completely destroyed. All that remains are a few bits of debris and a small boat floating across the shore. Are you two looking for a way to cross the river? That's right. Is there no other way across? There's a way across. I sure wish I knew what it was. I'm sort of having a mini crisis here. Why did I have to get stuck with the task of reporting your daily task progress to the Great Witch? On it, I get to bask in the presence of the mistress and take in her gorgeous visage, which is actually pretty amazing. But being unable to cross the river, I can't even carry out my task now, let alone adore her unparalleled beauty. Oh well, you know what they say, you either sink or swim. Hope you brought your bathing suits. Swimming across. I can't swim. We'll have to find another way. Wait a sec, Professor, can you trust him? It's okay. I bet you could flip your hat over and ride it like a boat. Swimming has nothing to do with it, and I do not think that using my hat as a boat would be the best idea, Miss Faye. I'll go across and fetch that small boat. I should be able to jump across rather easily using the bits of debris on the water. I'll then be able to use the boat to create a path all the way across. Rest assured, Miss Faye, this is my specialty. Hey, that's not a bad idea. You don't miss a beat, do you, Professor? Good luck. Help the Professor make a bridge for Maya by knocking the logs into the water. Move next logs, touch the hammer, I can... Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I could go up there. What happens if I... Oh. I don't know what happens if I push this. And try this. Okay. I see. There we go. Good.
Let's see if I've proven myself. Come what may, puzzles are there to be solved.
Right. Yes, now I can give my mistress today's report. Thank you so much. I don't know how to repay you. There's no trouble. A broken bridge will be inconvenient to everyone after all. By the way, what kind of task did the Great Witch give you two? I'm itching to know. Huh? Their task? Let's see. Oh, that's it. We're puzzle solvers. Yep, that's right. Puzzle solvers. Of course, that makes sense. Well, you have both performed your task magnificently. Please excuse me, I must report to the mistress. I can go back to truly enjoying my tasks. Farewell. Oh, he's really booking it. And we did something real good today, huh? Yeah, we did. Now let us press on with our task. Oops. Oh, mistress. Has something happened to the Great Witch? I went up to her room, but there was no answer. Oh, mistress, most venerable Great Witch. Maybe she's just not in the mood to talk. Everyone has their days. No, never. She would never do that. The mistress always answers us. Wow, I gotta say I'm surprised. Sounds like she's really faithful to you guys. Maybe she just stepped out? If she stepped out, we wouldn't know. Oh, what could have happened to you, mistress? That reminds me. You mentioned there was a visitor waiting for her, or words to that effect. Then that visitor must still be waiting around for her, right? No, they're both inside the room. Aha, I've got it. Tvari! Supposed visitor is really some shady ex-knight looking for revenge. May please refrain from putting any terrible scenarios into his head. Regardless, we must continue inside. It seems something rather serious is afoot. Mistress, please answer something, anything. Something were to happen to you, Whoa, everyone's really freaking out. Hey, maybe I should pretend to be Bazella. I can be all like, silence, minions. Indeed, I wonder what could have happened here. Maybe she turned her visitor into a gold statue. Hopefully this one doesn't lose an arm. Oh, mistress, please answer. What could have happened? Excuse me, but could you perhaps tell us what is going on? We heard a loud noise from the mistress' room just a moment ago. We called out to her, but there was no answer. There was nothing, no answer at all. This isn't like her. A loud noise, huh? Maybe that was the sound of the Great Witch being attacked. No, to harm one as beautiful as her, a barbarian would do such a thing. But if she was attacked, then that means the attacker is still... Thinking about it is making me shake my robe. Alright guys, first things first, we gotta get this door open. You're welcome to try, but we have already exhausted our options. You see, only the mistress has the key to this door. However, if something has happened, we had better hurry. How terrifying. I mean, please help us, but how utterly terrifying. Okay. Red flour, mix in, stir. Red flour, mix in, stir. Red flour, what? I'm out. No more stirring, no more mixing. Are those not red flowers in the basket over there? Red flowers, yes. I'm restocked. Back to mixing, back to stirring. This flower blooms just off the shore of the lake, does it not? It would seem your task is to mix these red flowers into the pot, is that right? Red flour, mix in, stir. Boy, he's seriously concentrating so hard he can't even afford to have a conversation. Wonderful weather today, wouldn't you say? Red flour, mix in, stir. Ever the social butterfly, Miss Faye? Task is quite an important one. That's a ridiculously huge pot. I wonder what they're cooking there. You, stop. Do not interfere with my task. Ah! I'm sorry, I won't. There appear to be 2 pots, each with a different substance being cooked. Whoa, check that out, Professor. Color changed. How'd they do that? While I agree the change in color is rather peculiar, I'm more interested in its smell. I have a strange feeling I've smelt this very same odor somewhere before. Yeah, now that you mention it, it does seem kind of familiar, doesn't it? Mix equal measures of blue and red. I can't do it. This shade's task is proving to be quite a challenge for her. Isn't her task to mix the red and blue liquids together? Yes, they must be combined in equal measures, but no matter how many times I try, I cannot get it. Please, can you solve this puzzle for me? Oh boy. This one, I remember this one. I hate it. I hate this. Okay. What am I gonna do exactly? Fill the 8-liter container with the shade's top secret green glowing potion. Hey, that wasn't so hard.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills. Come what may, puzzles are there to be solved.
Cool. You did it. You could do it, Professor. Our shade friend here looks pretty pleased. This liquid, it has a most mysterious glow. I wonder what type of dye they used. Yet this scent, it smells oddly familiar. Perhaps I smelled it when arriving in this town. No, I believe it. I smelled this scent before that, even. Mistress! Ah! What the? What's wrong? Quite a bit of commotion coming from the entrance to that room. I believe something may have happened. Quickly, Miss Faye. Right. Excuse me? Ah! Ah! What gives? Could you please not scare me like that? Our apologies. There seems to be a great many of you gathered here. Has something happened inside? Something did happen. Oh, I can't even think about it. It's just so horrible. So, what is this horrible thing that happened? Mistress, the Great Witch, she's gone. What? Gone? Oh, mistress, I knew something was destined to happen. I felt a premonition most disturbing. How did this happen? I saw no one enter or leave this room. Entrance to the room was sealed shut. Where could she have gone? Maybe she's hiding as one of you, you fucking idiots. How about that? You all look the same. This place definitely screams something serious just went down, doesn't it? Certainly seems so, Miss Faye. Unfortunately, the culprit seems to have disappeared. That's... Whoa, no kidding, Professor. It seems the Shades make quite the mess searching for the Great Witch. Let us inquire with everyone in the room to get a better understanding of the situation at hand. Right, how about we start with that shade over there? A good suggestion, Miss Faye. Excuse me? Do you think we could ask you a couple of questions? Sure, what is it? Not like I'm busy or anything. Could you perhaps describe to us what you saw when you entered the room? Yes, we all heard what sounded like a fight happening on the other side of the door. No matter how many times we called out to the mistress, there was no reply. We thought something might have happened to the mistress, so we forced the door open. But when we got inside, she was nowhere to be found. You say she was nowhere to be found? And was the door closed the whole time? Yes, it was most certainly closed, but somehow the mistress managed to disappear. So, let me get this straight. She disappeared from a sealed room, and then the room was found in a big mess. Professor, you know what this means? This means magic must be behind it. This is quite a peculiar situation. The Great Witch mentioned having to meet with a visitor. Do you happen to know if that person was in this room? A visitor? I faintly remember a visitor. I do remember hearing another voice. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't actually see them. And there are no other exits present in this room, is that correct? Correct, this main door is the only one. Okay, so the Great Witch and her visitor both disappeared from the room, and even with all these shades around, no one saw a single person enter or leave the room. Or perhaps, Miss Faye, this visitor simply managed to stay incognito during the ensuing commotion. That is one possibility. Huh? What do you mean? No one had seen the visitor prior to the incident, so even if that person was seen in this room, clearly no one would have realized it was them. But wouldn't an outsider stick out like a sore thumb here? All of the shades are dressed the same. Indeed, any outsider would certainly stand out. I imagine the shades would be quick to apprehend them. However, what if this person were to disguise themselves as a shade? Oh, you could be right. Maybe they disguised themselves as a shade right before the others came into the room. Precisely. The rather disheveled appearance of this room would immediately draw one's attention, thus providing the perfect distraction for the culprit to hide. Okay, so where's this visitor now? Gun has left this room since we entered. Therefore, he or she must still be in this very room. Alright then, let's hurry up and catch him. In order to do that, we must question everyone currently present in the room and gather some information. What do you mean? My apologies for troubling you once again. Could you please gather everyone together who entered the room? Yeah, right away. Boy. Five shades entered the room. It is unknown who entered first. Touch the letters A through E on the touchscreen to see each other's shades' comments. Listen carefully and work out the order that they all entered the room. First shade that entered the room is the culprit. Those whose robes were stained with colored liquid were somewhere in front and behind me. Okay. He who stood ahead of me did not resemble me in size or stature. Right? There was already someone in front of me when I arrived. The little one trailed behind me. My robes were stained with this red liquid as I was carrying out my given task. It is unrelated. I was lost to arrive. One of the small ones came third. Oh boy. Front and behind me. So, who is between them? Used to have me, did not resemble me. Already someone in front of me when I arrived. A little one trailed behind me. I was lost to arrive. Right? Oh, I have to order them. Okay, cool. Lost to arrive. Starting someone in front of me when I arrived. A little one trailed behind me. So it has to be like this. Those whose robes were stained, front and behind. I was lost to arrive. He was ahead of me, did not resemble me in size nor stature. That's right. That's right. Third. That's right.
Let's see if I've proven myself. Ah, the joy of solving puzzles. It would appear you are not quite the same as the other shades present in this room. The one who was in this room with the Great Witch was you, was it not?
Impressive work, Sir Top Hat.
Of course.
What? Well, what are you doing here?
The Great Witch's visitor was in fact you, Inquisitor Barnum.
I have to say, that logic of yours is still as keen as ever, Sir Top Hat.
Logic, coupled with careful, precise thinking, can topple any mystery. So tell
But
us,
it cannot topple
what
that.
exactly are you doing here in this place?
I might ask the same of the two of you. How can it be that both of you are still alive? You were turned into a gold statue, and was she not sent to the flames as a witch?
Hey, I am not a witch.
This must be the Great Witch's handiwork as well.
What? No way. Inquisitor Barnum? Did you kill the Great Witch?
What on earth are you talking about? I remember doing no such thing.
You wretched liar. What have you done with the mistress?
Spare me. The condition of this unkempt room is but the result of its equally unkempt master.
Insolence! None shall speak ill of the mistress!
Please stay calm. Inquisitor Barnum, please tell us the state in which you found this room. Tell us what happened here.
It would seem the presence of an Inquisitor has fouled the atmosphere with the stench of distrust. Very well. I will tell you what I know.
I did not think the situation would devolve in such a state. I only came seeking the one that could cast some light on the doubts that plague my mind. And just who is this mysterious one? You cannot say. Very well, please continue. I followed them and was led here to this strange forest. That is why I was here. I was aiming to put a stop to whatever plan the Great Witch was attempting to concoct. So you disguised yourself in the robes and made your way here to this room in hopes of foiling her plans. All those who doubt the storyteller and speak ill of this his word are a threat to all of Labyrinthia and its citizens. Of course, the witch refused to speak with me, and as I reached for my sword, I lost consciousness. Perhaps it was one of their detestable magic spells. Magic? Lies. You're welcome. Nothing but lies. I am true to my word. That was what happened before you forced open the door. That is why I lost sight of the Great Witch and was left stranded in this room. Tempted to make my escape a quick one in order to avoid any unnecessary confrontations. You lost consciousness, then you did not see the Great Witch disappear, is that correct? Regrettably so. You done diddly did it. How many times must you accuse me? A court knight is always true to his word. Wait. And how do you explain all this blood everywhere? Actually, I don't believe this is blood. What? I did not draw my sword. No blood should have been spilled. Well then, what is it? It could be the strange liquid we saw the shades brewing earlier. Oh, I think you're right. It sure smells like it. Perhaps one of these jars containing liquid was knocked over during the struggle. Liquid must have splattered into the middle of the room, thus creating the scene we now see before us. I see. Now that you mention it, it does look like there's a broken jar on the floor over there. But can there really have been no other way for the Great Witch to have escaped? According to the shades, there is not. Then is the answer not clear? She must have used magic to disappear. Not quite. Magic is not the only method through which one can exit a locked room. Hey, are you saying this is a puzzle? You managed to disappear in the locked room with no other apparent exits. What method could there be? Regardless, we must search the room thoroughly for any clues. You got it. Positive there's a clue or two lying around here somewhere. Indeed, shall we begin? Oh, what could this be? Did you find something, Professor? Miss Faye, please come take a look at this. It's a throne. Its throne does not appear to have any red liquid on it. It sure looks that way. However, if we just move it to this side... Ah, it must have gotten shoved here during Inquisitor Barnum's mad struggle. What does that mean? This throne does not have a single drop of the red liquid on it, yet the wall behind it does. Why do you think that is? Well, because the throne was in a different spot when Inquisitor Barnum was having the fight of his life. Very sound reasoning, Miss Faye, and who do you think could have moved it? Well, it must have been Inquisitor Barnum when he was battling it out tooth and nail. Not a battle fought with either teeth or nails, and I have no recollection of moving this throne at any stage. In other words, the only one who could have moved this throne was the Great Witch herself, and I believe moving this throne is in some way connected to what she did next. What she did next? Oh, you mean her little disappearing act? Feeling that logic you love so much? But remember, this is a Great Witch we are discussing. She could have easily used a magic spell to disappear. Lies, the mistress' disappearance is your doing. You will return her at once. Please bring her back to us. Ah, you detestable knight. We won't forget this. Hold on a second. Whoa, where did you guys get those weapons? Tell us what really happened here. Tell us. There's nowhere for you to run. Thoughts. Uh-oh, this is not good. Inquisitor Barnum looks about ready to rip and tear them, rip in shreds. Ah! Ah! Listen well, servants of the Great Witch. If you seek the truth, you must find it yourselves. Ah. Ugh. I cannot waste any more time here. I must make haste and return to protect the storyteller. Top Hat, it was a pleasure crossing swords with you once again. And honor, Miss Inquisitor Barnum. Miss Faye, yeah? Your courageous acts of bravery are worthy of my respect and admiration. Courageous acts of bravery? That's all for now. Until next time. Tools! He is gone. Perhaps the good Inquisitor has anticipated Great Witch making another appearance. Must have thought it's more important to work out her next move rather than dwell on how she disappeared. Inquisitor Barnum is set on ensuring the storyteller's safety and continuing the fight against the witches. He is quite determined to stay true to his responsibility as an Inquisitor. Miss Faye, let us have one more good look around the room. Right, let's find some clues. We are certain to find something that can solve the mystery of how the Great Witch managed to seemingly disappear. Continue our investigation. Hey, Professor, take a look at the wall behind. or the chair was. Doesn't it look like the wall could be a door leading to a secret passage? Who could have thunk it? As I suspected. It seemed the Great Witch did not really disappear into thin air, although it is still unknown by what method she was able to make Inquisitor Barnum lose consciousness. We can assume that she took advantage of the situation and escaped through the secret passage. But Professor, even if we go after her now, you think we've catch her? What should we do? I believe she intended for us to discover the secret passage. It would seem she has us right in the palm of her hand. However, if we are to discover the truth, we must continue to move forward. You said it. Alright, let's get going, Professor. Finally, there's the to be continued thing. Okay. My throat is really acting up today. I'm not sure why. Maybe slightly sick. I'm gonna call it here. And we're gonna continue on this next time, whenever that may be. Losing this shit. Alright. Yeah, stopping a bit early today, but whatever. Gonna have streams all into the night every day. Alrighty then. Have a good night.